Hey there, welcome to the UkeStuff channel and welcome to this full UkeGuide review of the Kiwaya KSU-1L. This is a student series laminate mahogany long neck soprano ukulele. Now, I bought this last summer. My family and I did a trip down to Florida to visit some family, and we managed to route through the Uke Republic in Georgia, in the outskirts of Atlanta, where I picked up this one, and we also picked up an ukulele for my youngest son, and I'll review that one at some point in the future as well. So what you get when you buy this ukulele is you get this instrument, and then you also get a very light gig bag. Very, very light gig bag. And the price can vary. Right now these list on dealer websites for $229. So what we're going to do in this review, first of all, is we're going to look at subjective issues that I look at with all ukuleles. Then we'll look at the specifications. Then I'll summarize the instrument and give it a UkeGuide rating out of 5 possible ukuleles. Now, if you like this work, there's a few ways that you can help support the work. First of all, you can like the video. Second, you can subscribe to the channel. And third, if you'd ever like to, you can make a donation to this work. Buy me a cup of coffee. Say thank you for making the videos at buymeacoffee.com/ukestuff. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's begin with the subjective issues. First of all is price. I already mentioned $229 for the ukulele and a gig bag. Now, in terms of value, the value actually is a little bit low here. Now, you're getting a really decent ukulele, and we're going to talk about that when we get to build quality. So that is debatable, but you're getting a laminate ukulele and a very light gig bag for $229, and that's all you're getting, although you do get fluorocarbon strings with it. As value goes, it's actually below, I think, value. I think it's a little overpriced. It is a Japanese-owned company, so Japanese-owned, Japanese distributed. This is an import model made in China to Kiwaya's expectations and then shipped worldwide for sale. So again, there's lots of costs involved there, but it does seem to be overpriced for what you're getting. Now, in terms of build quality, however, you're getting a very, very well-made import ukulele. So Kiwaya is well known for being sort of a Martin clone company. Really, their entire series is really based off of Martin's, especially their older ukuleles. And there are some people out there who think that Kiwaya's full solid ukuleles might even be better than Martin's full solid ukuleles. I'll let those people fight that out. That isn't what this channel is about, or I'm not going to get into that debate. But what I will say is you're getting a very well spec'd out, very high quality laminate ukulele. So on the outside, there's really nothing to complain about at all. The neck joint occurs up here. You get your sort of traditional Martin-like headstock. You get this black sort of veneer on the top. You get, a 3-piece neck. So that's where the joint is there, and there's a joint also in the heel. In the terms of the body, it looks like you get a 2-piece back. It looks like potentially a 1-piece front, could be 2-piece. And then you get 2 pieces on the sides as well. So other than that, you get a traditionally built ukulele on the inside. So we'll take a look and see what's going on in there right now. All right, let's take a look at the inside of this ukulele. As we look at the back, you can see the tail block right there. You can see the notch kerfing, not very much glue mess at all. You can see the sides of the laminate there, and then you can see the bracing on the bottom as well. Now there's the bridge plate that comes down and the center brace. You can see the quality of that top laminate. You can actually see the quality. And this is looking up at the upper bout now. So that's the neck block. That's more the notch kerfing. You can see just a little bit of glue there. And then again, one of the horizontal braces. But overall, it's really nice and clean. And that's our look at the Kiwaya KSU-1L long neck soprano student series ukulele. All right, so we're back. Not perfect in there, but it's a very, very clean build, traditional build with the notch kerfing, the bracing, everything. So very well built ukulele. Now in terms of appearance, it's very, very plain. So as you can see here, it's just a laminate mahogany ukulele. Now in terms of availability, there aren't as many Kiwaya dealers out there, so you'll have to look for them. This one was purchased at the Uke Republic, so of course I could say if you're interested in this, you can go check out the Uke Republic. Now in terms of playability, it's really good. Low action, fluorocarbon strings, which I like, a wider nut towards 36 millimeters, wider spacing at the first fret, so more comfortable for me with size large man hands, and then also a very comfortable neck. It is a C-shaped neck, but it's a thinner profile, so it's very, very comfortable to play. Now in terms of sound, that's where this instrument really is quite good. You'll struggle to find, I think, a better sounding laminate ukulele on the market. You'll find some that sound just as good, but this one will actually sound better than some solid ukuleles or some solid tops that are out there as well. First of all, it's very light, so we'll get into the specifications later, but it is very light. And then on top of that, it has a very bright sound. It's balanced, but it's bright. It can be punchy. So if you really want to hit it, you can really get sound out of it. And if you can hear that, there are harmonics popping out as well. The sustain is very good. It's not the most sustain I've heard, but it's still, you're getting good sustain. Harmonics are flying, and it's a bright, pingy tone, especially if you hit it a little bit harder. It's ultimately a really, really good sounding instrument. So that is probably the instruments, other than the other facts of quality and the comfortable in playing, the sound is really quite nice for a laminate ukulele. One of the things I do when I talk about sound quality in these videos is I let you see what I'm hearing. So I'm going to play the C chord on a GCA instrument into the app Tonal Energy Tuner and let you see what's happening with the Harmonic Energy series. Here we go. As you can see, it's a full spectrum of sound. What is interesting to me is that this is another case where the sustain and the overtones aren't necessarily being heard by the app, but trust me, they're there. All right, now that we've talked about the subjective issues with the ukulele, let's get into the specifications. First of all, it is a concert scale ukulele with a scale length of 15 inches from nut to saddle. So even though it's a soprano body, it is a concert length instrument. The instrument has 14 frets to the body and 18 frets overall. There are side position markers, and it is a traditional double bout soprano ukulele body. The soundboard, back and sides, are all made out of laminate mahogany, and the fretboard appears to be walnut, as does the bridge. Now, in the future, potentially that could change to another material. I'm pretty sure that the outsourcing for these parts still date back to when there was restrictions on things like, for example, rosewood. I do think that with that black headstock, a black fretboard and a black bridge would look better. That's about the only thing that I would do to change it, because I don't mind the traditional look of one of these laminate mahogany instruments. Now, in terms of the fretboard, as we've already mentioned, it's a walnut fretboard. It is not a radius fretboard, so it's flat across, which is kind of what you'd expect for an entry-level or student ukulele. And the bridge, again, is a walnut bridge with what we call a slotted bridge that makes it very easy to change strings. You just tie a knot in the string. I usually do a double knot, double overhand knot, and tighten it, slip it in, and just pull it up, and you're good to go with your string change. Now, the nut and saddle both appear to be plastic to me, although the nut has a little bit more of a sheen of looking like a bone. The saddle definitely looks plastic to me, and it is an uncompensated saddle, just so you know. The finish here is a flat satin finish, very, very traditional entry-level laminate mahogany ukulele. The overall length is only 22.625 inches. So really that concert neck hardly gives it more than 2 inches of extra length there. And it's only 13.9 ounces heavy. So it's a very light, resonant instrument. The tuners are unbranded open-geared tuners. They work just fine. They're not branded Kiwaya or anything like that. The action at the first fret is very low. It's less than 0.5 millimeters at the first fret, and it's 2 millimeters at the 12th fret. So the action is very, very low, very easy to play. Now, I did buy this instrument from the Uke Republic, and it's possible that they had lowered that action before I bought it, or it could have come out of the box like that. I'm not sure, but that is the measurements of this particular instrument. The nut width is 35.85 millimeters, so approaching 36 millimeters with pretty wide spacing. At the first fret between the strings, it's 9.44 millimeters between each string, which is 29.21 millimeters G to A. So that's pretty roomy for a concert or a soprano ukulele. And the neck shape is very nice. It is thinner than a number of other ukuleles. It's still sort of C-shaped, but with that thinner neck, it's very, very comfortable. And it's 20.21 millimeters from the top of the strings to the bottom of the neck at the third fret. So yeah, I like the shape of this neck a lot. All right, those are the specifications for the instrument. Let's summarize and give the instrument a UkeGuide rating. Now, if you don't know Kiwaya, don't feel bad. They are a Japanese brand that is well known for making Martin-like instruments, or Martin sort of clone instruments, especially of older Martin instruments. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, there are a number of ukulele enthusiasts who think that Kiwaya actually makes a better version of the Martin today than Martin does. And again, I will let Martin and Kiwaya fans argue that. That's not the point of this channel. But just so you know, these are very, very highly respected companies, and Kiwaya in particular is really well known for its quality. Now, this is not made by Kiwaya, it's made for Kiwaya. However, they go in and they specify to the companies what they're looking for in their instruments, and then they insist on those standards. So what you get is a really well-built laminate ukulele that sounds great and plays really well. So there's nothing to dislike there. I would like to see a darker fretboard, I'd like to see a darker bridge, and I'd like to see a few accessories at the price point that are at least better than what it comes with, because all you get is the ukulele, you get a box, and then you get a very, very light gig bag. For $229, which is what this is selling for at some of the ukulele specialists right now, that's a lot, because you can buy a lot more ukulele from a number of brands for that amount of money. Now, is the instrument worth it? I think so. I bought one. I didn't get this for a review. I bought this myself. So I do think it's worth it. However, it is overpriced compared to the rest of the market. So I would love to see, especially with an ukulele that's branded as a student model, to include a few more things for students and perhaps be just a slightly bit cheaper. And again, we're dealing with economics from a Japanese-owned company, shipping worldwide, and those economics may play a role in the pricing as well. Now, with that considered, what rating would I give this instrument? We've already said it looks nice, it sounds great, it plays incredibly well, and it's really well made. I would give this ukulele a 4.5 out of 5. And the only thing that keeps it from getting a 5 out of 5 is the price. If it were just a little bit cheaper or came with a few more accessories for a student, it would be a 5 out of 5. All right, so that's our look at the Kiwaya KSU-1L long neck soprano student series ukulele. This is one that's going to be staying in my collection. I do have an affinity for long neck ukuleles. I love the concert scale, but I also love the soprano sound. It's a nice marriage between the two, and again, it's a very, very nice ukulele. It is highly recommended. All right, thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more Uke stuff for you.